Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram, he's at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today I'm reacting to Nene Leakes' interview with Deshaun Snow. So both Nene and Deshaun Snow were OGs on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nene Leakes said in the interview also wanted to speak on people that she had recommended for Real Housewives of Atlanta in her interviews. And Deshaun Snow's name was the one of the names that came up. Now, she didn't know her, but she knew of her. She was the talk of Atlanta. She had a huge home with her ex-husband, Eric Snow. He was in the NBA and everything else, and thought that she would be good for the show. They also reminisced on a scene where they were going lingerie shopping, and they noticed that Nene noticed that Deshaun was very meticulous in particular, and she was trying to figure out like what was going on in the household and everything else at the time. Nene also talked about, as it pertained to Real Housewives of Atlanta, how she was friends with both Deshaun Snow and Eric Snow at the time, had knew both of them. Also talked about, asked Deshaun Snow, was she surprised that she didn't get selected for a second season? Deshaun Snow said that she had everything ready for a second season to go, that she had a book that she was working on, that she had all these things that she was working on. However, I was shocked that she did not get that call. Also said as well that she said this at the end of the interview, but I just want to get all the Real Housewives of Atlanta stuff out of the way. Said at the end of the interview that even though she was going through her divorce and everything else with Eric Snow, and she was no longer on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she wanted to give Nene her flowers because she said that Nene still stayed in contact with Deshaun Snow when a lot of people left Deshaun Snow at the wayside once she got a divorce from Eric Snow. She said Nene Leakes was the only one who was still inviting Deshaun Snow to all the filming events that they have for the show that they have for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And although Deshaun couldn't go or didn't answer, didn't respond or whatever, she was always invited to everything that people saw on TV. Deshaun Snow said she sees the show here and there. She says it's a completely different show from when she was on. Can't believe that it's been 16 seasons and everything else. Feels as though, and Nene was trying to explain how she doesn't watch the show, but she'll see clips on the internet, on social media, and will react to that, but she's not like at home watching TV, that she's busy. So Deshaun Snow talked about as well, she lost, I think, over 50 pounds. She looks fantastic, y'all. She says she's not doing any surgeries or any injections or anything like that. She said her cholesterol was high and she had to get in the gym. So she started changing her eating habits. She's staying away from dairy because dairy has you bloated and can stall weight loss and things like that. So she says she's staying away from dairy, was really trying to get her cholesterol down. She gets up at 4 in the morning to work out. She has a personal trainer and all of the things. Now, as far as what she's got going on, I wish Nene expounded upon this a little bit longer, and that was Deshaun Snow admitting that she is dating or is involved in dating. I thought we could expound on this a little bit more to find out if she's dating somebody or whatever that looks like. She feels like her man's not in Atlanta. However, she doesn't like dating apps. So how is she dating? Is she going through a matchmaker? Is she going through mutual friends? Like, who is she dating? Is she dating retired players? Like who is she dating? Is what I wanted to get to the bottom of, or is somebody in her network, in her job, or whatever else? And I felt like we missed something there, but that's okay. I know Nene is new and everything. I wanted more. I wanted to hear more about that because I was interested, because she said she does not like dating apps. She feels that dating apps are a waste of time. I agree with her, because ultimately, if you're sitting up here on an app and you're going back and forth and it's like, hi, how are you doing? How was your day today? Da 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 da. But if you're not leaning towards anywhere, meeting anybody or getting out to go out, even if it's just for coffee or lunch or dinner or something, like you're just wasting time. You're bored on the app. You are wasting the person's time. Let's get out. Let's go out somewhere and everything else, because I'm not about to be glued to this phone with you all night while you're texting the same nonsense to all these other people. So Deshaun Snow said that she feels she's very much a wife and feels that she is wife material, and she really wanted to work hard to break the generational curse. And they revisited this at the end of the interview, and that was because Deshaun Snow said that her parents got a divorce when she was a child, when she was young. However, at all of the family gatherings and all the events, her parents were able to be in the same room together. Everybody got along. She said that she was hoping, because she said one of her sons just got married. She's hoping maybe they could break the generational curse. But she said all of her kids are doing well. She said her youngest son still lives with her. She said she spoke on what happened, what went down with Eric Snow. Now, Nene said that there was some rumor that Eric Snow was allegedly cheating with a friend of Deshaun Snow. Deshaun Snow debunked those rumors. Those of you who don't know her ex-husband, Eric Snow, used to play in the NBA, used to play on the 76ers with Allen Iverson, and also used to play on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then Deshaun Snow broke down that essentially Eric Snow had to retire early because he had an injury. And so then he transitioned over into coaching. And so what happened was Deshaun Snow thought everything was fine in their marriage or whatever, but she said that basically Deshaun Snow told her that, or not Deshaun Snow told her, she's Deshaun Snow. Eric Snow told her that there was a story that was going to be coming out that he allegedly got another woman pregnant, y'all. And that it was going to be in the paper the next day. It just hit Deshaun Snow with the whole thing. No, what? You lost your mind. And so nonetheless, she said that the baby allegedly, I think, was born in March, and she said her and Eric Snow were going to couples counseling as of May. She sounds like she had no intention of leaving. Sounds like she was going to try to figure out a way to work it out, because she had in her mind, I want to break this generational curse. So Nene had to bring it out of her, but basically said it was Eric Snow that had to file for a divorce from you, or otherwise you would still be married today, essentially. And it sounded like, I don't want to say Deshaun Snow was gullible or naive. I need to find the right word to kind of pin it on. She seems like a really sweet lady and a really nice woman. I just don't. I'm trying to put my mind in her mind, and I can't do it. As to why she was comfortable staying. Now, I know some people stay with a cheating spouse or whatever if they like the style, if they like the arrangement, if they like the routine of being a wife and a mom in the same household, and maybe that's what this was. I don't know. But she was willing to stick around with the cheating. She was willing to stick around with the baby and all. But essentially, her and Eric Snow were going through the marriage counseling of it all. And then he just woke up one day and said, you know what? I'm done. I'm checked out. I'm filing for divorce and everything else. And Deshaun said that she went through all types of things, because Nene kept raving about their house, how there was a hair salon, how it was very big. It was immaculate. They had so much nice stuff in there. And Nene even said she knew the people who bought the home. She knows the people, or is aware of the people who bought her house as well. also spoke on Deshaun Snow, said that they don't talk that much or that often. It's mostly from social media. However, the last time they actually saw each other was when Nene's husband, the late Greg Leaks, of course, had passed away. And she said, Nene said it's coming up upon 4 years since his passing, and he was dealing with cancer and other things. And so Deshaun also said that she got a lot of critics because when she was going through her divorce with Eric Snow, he was living in the basement. Is this an Atlanta thing? Is this an Atlanta thing? Those of y'all that live in Atlanta or live in the South, can y'all let me know in the comments? Is it common if y'all are going through a divorce that y'all live in the basement, that the husband lives in the basement? And Deshaun said that they were still doing a routine. Now, this is different from what Drew and Ralph got going on. She said that they would still go out, they would have dinner together as a family and all this and that. But then it got awkward when family trips and things like that started to happen because they were going through the divorce. But Nene said the same thing too, that when her and Greg went through the divorce, that he was living in the basement and everything else. Now, from where I'm from, like from people in my family and people that I know that have gotten a divorce, usually what has happened, y'all, is the husband moves out, the husband gets an apartment somewhere, or moves back home or whatever else with their mom or whatever, but nobody's living in the same house. And they decide whether or not, if the wife is going to keep the house or not, or if they're going to sell the house and the wife moves on or whatever else. But I don't know this life, y'all, about the husband still staying in the house, still staying in the basement while y'all going through a divorce. I have no clue what that is. I don't know what that means, y'all. I don't speak that language. I don't know that terminology. That is new information to me. Now, I have heard on the West Coast, I've heard about like the California style of divorces where everybody's still cool or whatever after the divorce and everything else, and y'all can still hang out, and if y'all blended families or whatever, y'all still be step parents to the kids long after the divorce. Now I heard of that type of stuff, but I don't know this stuff about living in the basement. So just wanted to say all of that. And I'm trying to think what else. Deshaun Snow said she's coming out with a podcast called 10 Steps Ahead, I believe. She said it's going to come out the second week of May, and it's going to be with one of her male friends that she's really cool with. She said that also, as far as what she does now, she's heavy into wellness, and she's still in real estate. So it said that she had her broker's license. I think she said she deactivated it, or it's been deactivated since 2014. However, she works in real estate, and she works basically selling luxury homes now. And she says she's doing really well for herself and doing really successful and all of the things. So that was kind of it. That was the interview, y'all. I felt it was good. Like I said, there were some things that I felt we could have expounded upon, like more so Deshaun Snow's dating life and like kind of what she's experienced and everything and all of that. But I love the interview. I thought Deshaun looked fantastic. She looks great for her age. She looks like she's 30. Like she looks incredible, y'all. Skin was glowing. She seems really happy. She seems like she really wants love, though. She really wants love. She really wants to get married again, it sounds like. So I'm wishing the best for her. I truly am. But it sounds like she had some deprogramming after some years, after everything she went through with Eric Snow. It sounds like she kind of realized, like, okay, I know my worth. I know what I deserve, and I don't deserve that. So there's that. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.